Jannik Sinner keeps the work up and running as he continues to enjoy life despite 3-month doping ban. I think he's the man to beat for a long time, remarked former world number 1 Boris Becker about Jannik Sinner when the Italian won the ATP year-end world number 1 trophy in 2024. And who could argue? After a stellar season with 2 major titles, Sinner stormed into the new year, outclassing Alexander Zverev at Melbourne Park to claim his first major in 2025. But just as his dominance seemed unstoppable, he bumped into a roadblock. In the Valentine's week last month, Sinner accepted a 3-month doping ban by WADA, sidelining him till May 4. Despite the ban, though, the Italian top seed remains undeterred, training fiercely and exploring new partnerships. Sinner's meteoric rise took an unexpected detour when he tested positive for the banned substance Clostebol during the BNP Paribas Open on March 10, 2024, and again out of competition on March 18. The levels detected were minuscule, mere picograms, less than a billionth of a gram. The substance, commonly used in dermatological treatments, had previously led to an 80-game suspension for MLB star Fernando Tatis Jr. However, Sinner's case unfolded differently. He attributed the contamination to his physiotherapist, Giacomo Naldi, who had unknowingly transferred the substance while treating him without gloves. A tribunal commissioned by the ITIA investigated the matter, ultimately ruling in the Italian's favor. The verdict? No fault or negligence, he was cleared of wrongdoing and spared a ban. Yet, WADA pressed on in the matter, arguing that an athlete must bear responsibility for their entourage, setting the stage for further legal debate at the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS. However, before the trial could get underway, in a surprising turn, Sinner accepted a 3-month ban in February 2025 as part of a settlement with WADA. The timing, however, proved fortunate. Sinner won't miss a single GS, with the Roland Garros looming on May 25. Now sidelined from center court, the 3-time GS winner is reportedly sharpening his game, exploring new training methods, and possibly even reconsidering his new training partners. Just yesterday, the editor-in-chief for Uber Tennis, Giovanni Palazzo, shared a report from La Gazzetta dello Sport on writing, Jannik Sinner these days is training in the gym at the world class in Cap d'Isle, France, which has no federal facilities inside, and with strength training on the beach. He and his staff are waiting for an answer for a couple of private villas with a field where they can train, but for another 2/3 weeks, his epicenter should not move from Monte Carlo. No training with Thiem, who these days was in the Principality to promote an event. Though Sinner's suspension came as a shock, it may turn out to be a blessing in disguise for the recent AO champion. With time away from the tour, the Italian is sharpening his physical and technical prowess under the expert guidance of fitness coach Marco Panicci and physiotherapist Ulysses Baggio. Under the suspension conditions, Sinner is barred from training with professional players until April 13, restricting him to private sessions. A viral social media snapshot captured Sinner dining in Monte Carlo with former Austrian star Dominic Thiem, his brother Moritz, and manager Stefan Hazorg. However, reports indicate that training Thiem isn't an option, leaving Sinner to forge ahead solo until his ultimate return. Despite accepting the ban, Sinner never sought to concede guilt, standing firm that he had done nothing wrong in the doping controversy. As the decisive April hearing loomed for the Italian, WADA made a stunning pivot, twice approaching the top seeds team in search of a resolution. In a move that sent shockwaves through the tennis world, Sinner ultimately agreed to a controversial 3-month ban. Under the settlement, he will now be eligible to return on May 5, just in time for the Italian Open and the prestigious Roland Garros later that month. However, until April 13, he is barred from practicing with professional players and even prohibited from attending any ATP, WTA, or ITF events in any capacity. With the case now done and dusted, a crucial question lingers. Why would the world's top seed accept a ban if he maintains his innocence? His lawyer has shed light on this puzzling decision, hinting at deeper concerns about justice and fairness in professional tennis. While talking to BBC Sports, Jamie Singer, the lawyer of Sinner, revealed, it was quite tricky to convince Sinner to take the offer. When I was saying, well, look, maybe we should settle for 3 months, he was saying, well, why would we do that if the first independent tribunal found it was no ban at all? Why would I accept 3 months now? My advice was one never knows what's going to happen at a hearing. We know that WADA are pushing for a year, If we don't accept their offer, then they will go to court looking for a year, and who knows what those 3 judges could do. So the possibility of 3 months, in my view, was a good possibility. Jannik Sinner may return to the court at the Italian Open fresh and energized. However, his lack of game time will be a significant concern as he aims to continue the season with a comeback victory on home soil.